Hi, my name is Mary. Today FM plays the best music in Lambasa. Today FM rocks.
My name is Thomas. I'm here in Nakasi and I like to listen to Today FM because it rocks.
My name is Milenia. Today FM rocks here in Singatoka.
My name is Alfriti and Today FM rocks here in Tavua.
My name is Mary Jane. I love listening to Today FM here in Ba. Today FM rocks.
My name is Ilay Tiambal and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks here in Osur.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, alleged David and Goliath killer under examination. Drivers warned of illegal parking. And driver dispute over taxi bases in Namaka.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spade.
A 21-year-old man reported to have said he was David killing Goliath has been sent for psychiatric examination. Fabiano Ndakai appeared in court this morning charged with the death of a security officer in Navua last month. Catherine Krishna has more.
It is alleged that on February 4th, Ndakai used an axe to kill a sleeping security officer in Navua. The prosecution this morning informed the court that the accused admitted the offence, stating that he was trying to be David and killed the security officer whom he referred to as Goliath. In his admission, the accused also stated he killed the security officer for practicing witchcraft. At the end of the alleged offence, the accused was serving a suspended sentence for aggravated robbery. At the state's request, the man has been sent for psychiatric examination. The matter will be recalled on April 29th for plea. Catherine Krishna, FBC News.
A 23-year-old man from Northern Village in Rewa is the country's latest road fatality. This follows an accident along Northern Road in Rewa Tuesday afternoon when it is alleged the victim riding a bike suddenly made a right turn and collided with a bus travelling in the same lane. The bus driver is being questioned and a post-mortem will be conducted. The road death toll stands at 14 compared to 9 for the same period last year. Yellow lines and double lanes are there for a reason but are regularly ignored by motorists who park, delaying traffic and causing driver frustration. Parking on yellow lines and not following the road code creates traffic congestion on our roads during peak hours and causes a risk to pedestrians. Kritika Kumar reports.
The Fiji Roads Authority is advising motorists not to park cars illegally as fines can be imposed against them.
It's incredibly selfish. And I think that the people should be heavily penalised for doing it.
The FRA says drivers must adhere to road signs displayed and not illegally park anywhere.
I see it particularly badly is where you come to a T-junction where you can turn left or right. Now, ideally, left lane goes left, right lane goes right. If somebody parks in the left lane, it causes massive congestion. A T-junction with 2 lanes coming to it is the easiest congestion saver that you'll find until somebody parks there.
Transport Minister Chone Usamate says he has directed authorities to look at ways to reduce traffic congestion.
I've asked the agencies to sit down and look at ways in which we can ease that traffic congestion. There's a lot of cars that are coming into Fiji now. I've noticed that FRA has been talking about some solutions, possible solutions over the medium term and the long term.
Meanwhile, the Land Transport Authority says they will not condone illegal parking and anyone found illegally parked will be dealt with. The LTA says parking at a designated space will free motorists from fines and will not create traffic congestion and accidents. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
A number of Nadi Zone 2 taxi drivers who operate between Namotomoto and to Lomolomo are raising concerns as to why they're being chased from taxi bases in Namaka by the police. More than 40 drivers say they were told by police they were not allowed to operate from any taxi base in Namaka. As Felipe Naikaso reports, open taxi base operations were implemented on January 1st this year.
These Nadi Zone 2 taxi drivers are now confused as to where they should operate from after being instructed not to operate from taxi bases in Namaka.
When we get the permit, that time from the Attorney General, he tells us that it will be open base. We can come and park. When we have a space, we can park and we can take the job from there like that. Now we have been chased from there.
These drivers told FBC News they had to move out from the various Namaka taxi bases as they feared being fined.
The problem we have, the LTA says different thing, the police officer says different things. So what we want to know, whose will be in the right ways, the LTA or the officers. The officers chase us out from this morning. There's just the way the attitude of the talk is not really good.
The taxi drivers also claim that they were not allowed to operate from these bases because they were not paying any fees.
Went to LTA this morning and went up to the office and saw a guy there, a Fijian gentleman, and told him, told the guy that my friends were being chased. Why is that? Because I'm in zone 2. And he said, don't worry about anything, you just continue to drive.
Also last year, during a taxi permit draw in Lautoka, the Attorney General stated that they would be opening up taxi bases for these zone taxis.
Those of you who will be getting the taxi permit today, you don't have bases. You don't need a base. This is part of the deregulation. And we'll see eventually all the bases will all become what we call free bases.
We have sent questions to the Land Transport Authority yesterday regarding the serious claims by the drivers. However, there has been no response. Philip Naikaso, FBC News.
The Public Rental Board needs to remodel itself. Speaking at the bonus payout and salary increment for the PRB staff today, the Attorney General says the PRB of 20 years cannot exist anymore, as the PRB of the 21st century must exist now. Anna Ravula reports.
The PRB staff were reminded to think along new lines to make the organization better than what it is today.
You need to start remodeling yourselves, and that will ensure that you not just have security of jobs, you have sustainability of jobs, but we also create more jobs, but also how you remodel yourselves as individuals to perform a lot better.
But it was a joyous occasion this morning as officials of the PRB were awarded the much-needed pay rise today, as well as their 2016 bonus amounting to more than $40,000.
Now, some may think it's not that big amount, but in fact it is. Given in particular the level of rental collection that PRB has been achieving, and that of course is reflective on the fact that there needs to be a bit more work done.
I believe the staff will be happy with what they will receive. There's an increase in the salaries, which is good for their families as well.
The PRB has 48 staff with 25 established, 20 unestablished, and there are 3 management staff. Anna Ravulo, FBC News.
Still to come, NFA tenders for new trucks. And Women's Ministerial Forum highlighted at UN Meet. Details after the break.
Nambula FM, nambandua ena sere.
Hoya uvasit sai se lombasa, ya ndo talita ina warong nambula FM nambandua ena sere.
Guya do tumeli ako na tao no hinga toka. Talita kina na warong nambula FM, nambandua ena sere.
Wana tunga nambula FM, nambandua ena sere nambuan.
Na vengo fani na tao nyongo singa toka. Kita ndo talita ka nambula FM, nambandua ena sere.
Bula FM, nambandua.
The National Fire Authority has managed to get bids on the tenders advertised for new fire trucks. NFA Chief Executive Manasa Lesuma has confirmed this is an important exercise considering new stations currently in operation and the development of additional firehouses. Savita Thambor reports.
The cost of 2 new fire trucks procured by NFA would be less than $1 million.
The tender is still currently in process at the moment, so they're currently evaluating that. So once the committee has confirmed and has made the recommendations, then that will be further be submitted to the board for approval.
The cost of purchasing new equipment has been procured from funds set aside for the NFA's current budget, which is $1.5 million. Meanwhile, Fijians have shared their views about the equipment.
I believe it's a good idea to get more fire trucks, considering developments that are now taking place.
I believe that there should be more fire trucks because most houses nowadays that are getting burned down, most of the fire trucks nowadays don't get there in time. So yeah, I believe there should be more fire trucks.
I think more fire trucks should be used in the rural areas and would be grateful if the new ones will be set aside for that.
The NFA chief executive says the equipment is quite expensive. They are negotiating the price with overseas suppliers. Savira Tambua, FBC News.
A 38-year-old man charged with allegedly selling minors for immoral purposes has been denied bail. Josevata Werelangi is charged with 1 count of aggravated sexual servitude and 3 counts of domestic trafficking of children. The accused is also charged with an alternative count of selling minors under the age of 18 for an immoral purpose. It is alleged that between the 18th to the 22nd of July 2015, Werelangi threatened or forced a 15-year-old girl to enter into or remain in sexual servitude. The state objected to bail, saying the crime is serious. The man had previously pleaded not guilty to all the charges. The matter will be recalled on the 26th of this month. The Fijian Competition and Consumer Commission has warned traders to act ethically and destroy food and meat that may have been adversely affected due to the recent power outage. FCCC Chief Executive Joel Abraham says frozen foods such as chicken, meat, frozen vegetables and dairy products could have thawed during the power outage, which is a serious health concern for consumers. Abraham says traders who risk the health of Fijian families by selling spoilt or damaged products will be found and charged under the FCCC Act 2010. He adds Fijians should be vigilant while shopping for frozen foods. The FCCC is partnering with the Ministry of Health's Food and Safety Unit to conduct joint inspections throughout Fiji to monitor the practices of traders for consumer and health protection. A women's ministerial forum was put in place by the Women's Ministry to help address gender inequality and women's rights in Fiji. While speaking at the CSW 63rd High-Level Interactive Dialogue at the UN headquarters in New York, Minister responsible Mereseni Vuniwanga says the forum was established to recognize the needs and rights of women.
The Women's Ministerial Forum is a platform for Fijian women to express their views and look for ways to address them.
The forum is guided by our commitments on gender equality and advancement of women and girls' rights at national, international and regional levels, including Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action. I do firmly trust that the forum would improve our preparation and review processes and how implementation gaps can be addressed.
Vuniwanga says the forum is also a safe place for women to share their opinions.
The forum was established to recognize diverse voices, expertise, resources, as well as provide a space for effective consultation, meaningful engagement, partnership, accountability, and achieving concrete results when it comes to addressing the issue of gender inequality and women's rights in Fiji.
The membership of the forum comprises of individual women, representative of women's rights group, as well as civil society and faith-based organizations. Sainyani Mboila, FBC News.
Turning to world news, the US today finally made the call to ground its fleet of Boeing 737 MAX aircraft, citing new evidence and mid-mounting pressure from pilots, passengers and politicians. Sports is coming up later with Jamie, but next Anna joins us with business.
Thanks, Jackie. Good evening, and coming up after the break, more projects in the pipeline for PRB, adding growing Fiji legal services for Sianganga residents. Stay with us.
Lola, I am Eleanor. For the best classic hits, I only listen to Gold FM here in Singatoka. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Seni Rawa. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Dino. I'm from Outrigger, Coral Coast, Singatoka. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Salote. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, my name is Marida. Gold FM plays the best classics here in Outrigger, Singatoka.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
The Public Rental Board is currently working on a few projects. Acting Chair for the PRB, Umarji Musa, says for now they have a total of 1,636 rented flats. Musa says they just recently completed new projects in Nangere Savusavu consisting 48 units and 36 units in Kalambu Nasinu. He says a similar project is happening in Lautoka with 36 units.
The Newtown project, which is being looked at under PPP project, consisting of 140 units, is currently on the drawing board.
We now join Sanifa from HFC with the latest from the money market.
Today, the New Zealand dollar gained traction as reports from the Bank of New Zealand predicted no rate cuts from their Reserve Bank. Meanwhile, the US dollar edged back from a 9-day low early this morning as a big rally by the pound eased pressure on the greenback. In China, traders gave retail sales figures more importance than industrial production weakness, as China released its data today. Industrial production was weaker than forecast, whereas retail sales matched previous growth of 8.2%. Later tonight, the US jobless data will come out and we'll see how it impacts the Fiji dollar tomorrow. That's the latest from HFC Bank, Vinaka.
The Fiji dollar made gains today against the Chinese yuan, the US greenback, the kiwi and kina, but slipped against the other currencies we cover. Looking at commodities, oil rose more than $1 to over $58 per barrel. Gold was up slightly at $1,306 per ounce, and silver was down a few cents at $15.42 per ounce. In growing Fiji tonight, more than 65,000 Fijians in the province of Maduwata now have access to free legal services following the opening of a Legal Aid Commission branch in Seanganga. On opening the branch yesterday, Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama noted that this was about ensuring the services in rural Fiji are similar to those in our cities and towns. Maggie Boyle reports.
It's levelling the playing field for these residents of the north and improving their access to justice 100-fold.
Whether you're a family suffering from the loss of a loved one, a family facing eviction, a mother seeking custody of a child, a couple looking to adopt a new member of their family, someone who's facing criminal charges, someone in their later stages of life who needs to draft a will, the Legal Aid Commission is there to support the Fijian people.
In addition to legal advice, families earning less than $15,000 a year will also be entitled to representation.
Our legal aid officers are capable and comforting voice of legal expertise, provided free of charge, as well as a source of legal representation for families who qualify for assistance.
Meanwhile, the Land Transport Authority office next door was also opened after undergoing a renovation.
Here you can apply for learner's permits, take driving tests, renew your license, get your vehicle inspected, issue registration certificates, and access other services that keep our drivers responsible and ensure our roads are safe.
The Prime Minister will next open a legal aid branch in Taveuni, followed by Rotuma, Kandavu and Vunindawa. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
And that's a wrap from the business desk for tonight. James, who joins you now with their latest in sports.
Thanks and good evening. Coming up in sports, Fiji closer to hosting World 7 Series tournament.
Hi, I'm Jyotishma. I'm from Singatoka. I love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM is #1.
I'm Charlene Robert. Mirchi FM rocks in Lambasa.
I'm Soname Nasori Jackson. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Raymond Dutt. I'm in Baba Singh Alliance. Mirchi FM is hot in Lambasa.
I'm Pritika from Jax Nasori. I love listening to Mirchi FM here in Nasori. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
A World 7 Series event is now likely to be held in Fiji despite the initial bid by the Fiji Rugby Union being unsuccessful. FRU Chair Francis Keane has confirmed they are in advanced discussions with the New Zealand Rugby to alternate hosting of the existing January fixture of the World Rugby 7 Series. Keane says that while it was disappointing to lose the first bid, he appreciates World Rugby's reasons. He adds they still have a lot of work to get this over the line and their priority is to ensure they achieve full compliance for World Rugby and New Zealand Rugby requirements in the next month. Keane believes if Fiji does host a World Series tournament, Fijian fans will turn out in the thousands to support their team, along with a large number of overseas rugby fans hoping to experience Fiji's hospitality and passion for Sevens rugby. The Chiliva Sevens will kick off in Kandavu next month with netball added to this year's event. Spokesperson Linda Tambuya says the expansion of the annual event is to encourage female participation in sports on the island. Koroi Tandolala reports.
The inclusion of netball in the tournament is vital as it also needs to get the same recognition as rugby in the country.
We felt it was important to allow for women to also participate. And so we ran the tournament in 2017. It was a huge success. And we had so many spectators that attended in Geneva and a lot of women. And so we want to also include women in the competition. And so our reach in terms of involving netball is vital to us.
Meanwhile, 24 teams will battle the Deliver Sevens title this year, with more Sevens rep expected to be part of the tournament.
Now, as you know, Terry Otamani, who is in the current Sevens team, was the captain of Urokandavu in 2017 that won the competition. And so we look forward to having him again to come and support the tournament. It is in the dates where there is no tournament happening around the country and the world. So it is convenient for them to attend. And of course, Jerry Tuwai and his team are coming. We look forward to having them also to come and boost.
The Deliver Sevens will run through the 25th and 26th of next month. Koroi Tandolala, FBC Sports.
St. Joseph's will take on the Coca-Cola Games this year, keeping in mind its value of simplicity. With some big names no longer in the school system, team officials say they will work with the talent they have that's qualified from today's Suva Zone 2 to chase a better finish at this year's Fiji Finals. Meli Tavanga was at the ANZ Stadium today and filed this report.
The St. Joseph's Secondary School Athletics squad came with a quite amount of athletes in the Suva Zone 2 meet today, and the team's officials are now trying their best to set up a good team for the Co Games next month.
This morning with 65 athletes, and so far I think they're doing well, and we're hoping to take a good number into the Fiji Finals. We're trying our best to do with what we have. It will be very simple as it is, and we will enter Fiji Finals simply the best.
The side is unfortunate to lose their golden girl Helena Young at this year's meet.
Development team, we are trying to take up our sub-junior girls to have the next Helena soon, but it all comes with positive attitude and everything from them.
Meanwhile, this year's Blue Ribbon winner Fanes Salvador of Suva Grammar School ran the time of 12.87 seconds, where she broke the record which was set last year with a time of 13.53 seconds.
My rivals from St. Joseph and also the other schools too that were really competitive, and it's pushed me to boost my confidence in my actual run.
Meanwhile, Suva Grammar School snatched the girls' title from St. Joseph's, winning 22 gold. St. Joseph settles in second place with 19 gold, while Noku Secondary School finished in third place with 3 gold. In the boys division, Maris Brothers High School defended the title, bagging 34 gold, followed by Suva Grammar in second place with 17 gold medals. Meli Tavanga, FBC Sports.
Reds prop JP Smith says his side won't underestimate the unpredictable Sunwolves. Chiefs coach Colin Cooper may be under pressure after a winless start to the new Super Rugby season, but his former Taranaki teammate Hurricanes coach John Plumtree is also facing some heat ahead of tomorrow night's matchup. Lionel Messi scored twice and set up 2 more as Barcelona reached the Champions League quarterfinals for a record 12th consecutive year with a 5-1 win over Lyon. Barca will now wait until Saturday to find out who their quarterfinal and potential semi-final opponents are. In today's play of the day, Sadio Mane's brilliant opening goal for Liverpool in their 3-1 victory over Bayern in the Champions League this morning. That's it from Sports Tonight. Join Angie later on with weather, and in the world of the weird and the wonderful, a look at the latest dance challenge that's going viral. This and more coming up.
मैं नवनीत नंद नंबुआ लुम्बुआ से जैसे प्रेनी नोट मशहूर है वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 भी सभी जगह मशहूर है। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
सीमा नकाशी से मैं रेडियो फीजी 2 पसंद करती हूँ सुनने के लिए। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
मैं हूँ अंकल किंग सिंगाटोका टाउन के टैक्सी ड्राइवर। जैसे रग्बी फेमस है वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 फेमस है।
In In tonight's New Media, we take a look at how new dads can help be their baby's new best friend. It's weather time now with Angie.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. Hope your sunny Thursday was amazing. The weather was such a beauty, totally marveling everything around us. But tables are predicted to turn from tomorrow. Showers are anticipating, but we'll see to that later. But first, taking a look in the west, pretty hot conditions, the heat was quite intense. Eastwards from Pekhava to Suva, it was the same as the western side. And up north, the heat also took a high turn. At sea, southeast winds gusting 15 to 20 knots, moderate to rough seas. For the tides, high tide at 1:09 a.m. with low tide at 6:59 a.m. Sunrise at 6:09. For tomorrow, rain to escalate but with a possibility of clearer conditions later in the day. Tomorrow's stems, if you like some sun bath, then Nandi and Lautoka is the place to be with highs of 30 degrees. And looking further on to Saturday, keep your umbrellas and raincoats handy as light showers are gradually moving towards us. And that's all from the FBC Weather World. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. In Fijian Pulse tonight, we asked, should more mortuaries be opened in rural communities?
Especially in rural places, there's not much mortuary buildings to locate the deceased. So yeah, I think there must be.
There should be more mortuaries because due to the fact that many people from rural areas have trouble in access of transport. So yeah, I think there should be more mortuaries.
Yeah, it's a good idea because it could help the rural people stay close to their loved ones.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea because instead of coming all the way to urban areas, they can just, facilitate the dead bodies that are there.
I think it's about time more morgues are built in rural areas to make it easier. The population is increasing, so more morgues should be built.
In the world of the weird and the wonderful, 3 people are getting together to take on a triangle dance challenge that has gone viral on social media. Some have mastered it while others, well, let's see how they're doing. Recapping the main stories for tonight, alleged David and Goliath killer under examination. Drivers warned of illegal parking and driver dispute over taxi bases in Namaka. Now for these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question segment this week, we're asking, should those contaminating waterways be punished? Visit our FBC website to answer. Before we go, our shot of the day, this was taken at Varata village in Tailevu, sent in by Egi and Vini Tambua. The poetry of the earth is never dead. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. That was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, good night.
Bula, nevang go malakai leloma, ngongai nakas untuk makarong ng Bula FM, nambang 2 ay nasere.
Hoya ubasit sai lambasa, ya untuk talita na warong ng Bula FM, nambang 2 ay nasere.
Gua do tumeli ako na tao no hinga toka, talita kina na warong ng Bula FM, nambang 2 ay nasere.
Wana tunga ng Bula FM, nambang 2 ay nasere namuan.
Nevang go fane na tao no go singa toka, kita untuk talita ka ng Bula FM, nambang 2 ay nasere.
Bula FM, nambang 2 ay nasere.